So with the recent events following Dragon Ball Super Episode 41, we finally have the debut of Zarama the Dragon God and the Omni King, none other than Zeno. I'm joined here today by JRZ Saiyan, and today we're going to be talking some Dragon Ball Super Episode 41. In case you guys haven't seen the episodes for yourself, go on ahead and tune out, go watch the episode, and come back so we can talk some more Dragon Ball Super. Now, JR, I know you're hyped about this. Now, before we actually get into some Dragon Ball talk, yo, those Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh references, though, there were a few people that were referencing and talking to me about, you know, how the Dragon God looks more along the lines of the Winged Dragon of Ra infused with slightly the Sky Dragon, which I thought was very funny because he looks like a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh card, bro. And and just the way Zeno was speaking to everyone. Again, guys, this video will have lots of spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, leave now. So, JR, this episode did not have any action. We didn't see any fights. But we have a lot of lore building to what's going to happen next. So first things first, I wanted to get your thoughts on Zeno. What are your thoughts on his design? And what are your thoughts on him being the reincarnation of Pikachu? Because that's exactly what I thought he was.
Dude.
Like, when he started speaking, I was like, Pika-P? Yo, I nearly lost my mind. So, like what are your overall thoughts on this Omni King known as Zeno?
Well, at first I was like, all right, you know, it's a weird kind of look, kind of like, you know, Monaka look, you know, the weird kind of look. And then he speaks, and I'm like, okay, this guy's a Pokemon. What's up with that? And then he keeps speaking, and he just sounds like a damn Togepi, dude.
Yo, yeah. I mean, Ash is right, bro. You got to catch them all, but I don't think he's gonna catch this one. So, but when he started speaking, like, you have to think about it like this. This dude must be at least a foot and a half, 2 feet tall. He is as round as a jelly bean, and he is so powerful, he is able to wipe out, according to what is said here, he is able to wipe out all 12 universes within the blink of an eye. Now, I don't know if you want to buy into this or not, because the only reason why I am not buying into this as much, because of the backlash of the recent events that happened with Monaka. They hyped up Monaka, man. Remember Beerus? Beerus was like, don't break his concentration, otherwise he's gonna destroy you, like, just by looking at you. So, and that was made out to be a lie. So what I think is going on here is, yeah, this dude might be almightyly strong, but if he really is like the pinnacle of all power, then I mean, hey, by all means, you know. But like, what are your overall thoughts as to his power? Because for someone like Beerus, who is able to challenge a Super Saiyan God, who gradually destroys planets and solar systems with complete ease, what are your thoughts on them just having to bow down to like this one entity known as the King? And I don't know if you noticed this, but like, aside from the universe fighters, which didn't bow, the Kais bowed, the gods bowed, but Whis and Varus didn't bow, right? So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Why is it that you believe they didn't bow?
You know, I couldn't really. I was trying to think. I was like, why aren't they bowing? And you know, maybe the staff doesn't allow. Nah, I don't know, bro.
First, it cannot be this possible staff, because that's just. But I mean, what I think here is the fact that they might play off as like maybe Zeno's servants, like sort of like messengers. It's like they get back to Zeno, because if you think about it, when Zeno asked what was going on, you know, like Beerus and Champa didn't really speak. It was Varus and Whis that was speaking for them. They were just like, oh yeah, like they were just like, oh yeah, like it was all their idea and stuff. They pretty much threw him under the bus. So, but for him being the strongest, right? Like I really want you to think about that for a second. This little creature can destroy all 12 universes. What are your thoughts on that? Like do you agree?
Weird,
dude. Do you agree with Akira Toriyama's vision, or do you think that this is something that's just way too out there?
That's pretty out there, bro. Because if you think about it, when the hell are Goku and Vegeta or anyone else ever gonna reach that kind of power? Never,
dude. Never.
If that's true, they're never gonna be able to destroy all 12 universes with a blink of an eye if they wanted to, because then that'd be too powerful for each other's sake, for themselves' sake, bro. I mean, you know what I mean?
What about like a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, huh? Do you think he would stand a chance? Absolutely not, right?
Nah, that's just crazy power, bro. I don't know.
That's crazy power. That's just too much.
I hope it's over exaggerated, because, like I said, that's some crazy damn power.
But like, do you believe that there might be someone even above him? Because it's not really specified that he's the creator of life. And I think that it ultimately has to boil down to that. There has to be an overall designer. And this goes back like to reality as well. Like when people argue about atheism and Christianity and all sorts of religions and
Yeah.
stuff, people argue about, creationism and stuff, and they argue about a possible designer. So do you think that Zeno is this designer who designed and conjured up these universes and alongside himself, or do you believe there's
He
just
has a
one more
father.
above him?
He might have a father. He looked like a baby, dude. I don't know. He acted like a baby. He was getting carried around.
Yeah, it was like Tommy Pickles from Rugrats, yo. Tommy Pickles from Rugrats has like the most power right now within Dragon Ball Super. It's crazy.
Dude, like didn't he hold hands with the bodyguards to
Yeah, he
leave?
did. Like they lifted him up and they carried him off, which is like it's funny because like everyone expects to see like this Omega Shenron Broly looking character. I mean, because you would expect like the be all end all,
Oh my
Unlimited King
god.
to look, as mighty as they come. But in reality, he turns out to look like a little, robotic midget being held by, these two really tall bodyguards, which is kind of funny. But um, speaking of being monstrous, just monstrosity at its finest, what are your thoughts on Zarama being
Woo!
bigger than the universe? He was so big, he was eating
He was
planets
getting
with
bigger,
ease, man.
and he was getting bigger.
And he was getting, and the fact that they had to go like somewhere like, I think it's within the dragon because we saw like a very smaller version of him. Um, I,
Yeah,
I,
it
I
is within
think
the
that
dragon.
I think that the limit of the dragon's power is limitless. Like there's like whatever
Oh
it is you
hell,
want to wish for, you could wish for. Like what are your thoughts on that?
yeah, dude. That had to be the most amazing way that we could have seen Zarama be summoned. Just the depiction that they showed of how big he is. I was just like, damn, dude, that was wow, right? For me, that was like, damn, I cannot believe he's that big.
But like what are your thoughts on like the overall like aspect of him just like the way he emerged, right? Like the way he emerged from the Dragon Balls, the way like he looked, like his
Yeah,
presentation,
bro, that was
like would you say it's the best debut, or would you say it just
yeah,
falls
yeah,
flat?
that's the best debut.
Best
Nah,
debut
dude,
of all time?
hell yeah, that was epic, bro. That was majestic, I guess you can say. That was pretty godly.
No, it
And
was, and haven't you noticed that? Because this is what I picked up on as well. Zeno, when he left, right, when he left the ring and he left with the two bodyguards, they didn't really need a cubicle, nor did they need any sort of like transportable like vehicle to like get to places, whereas opposed to Whis and everybody else needs one. So, do you believe that this Omni King can just get to wherever he needs to get to within complete ease? Because again, there's a lot to talk about here because we saw the way everything was addressed. We saw the way Beerus wished for the revival of Universe 6's Earth. We saw a bunch of stuff happen, and people and this is the thing, right? Like Dragon Ball isn't really based on fights because everyone often thinks, oh yeah, it's just endless screaming and endless fighting. It's not always based on that. You'll never always just go back to that and just have that stick out the most because Dragon Ball is also based on storytelling. So I believe this definitely told a story of something bigger to come, which kind of goes back to Zeno
hell
because
yeah,
Zeno mentioned something about the multiverse fight between the other 12 universes. Like what are
yes,
your thoughts on that? Because I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, I don't think so.
dude, it has to be the very last thing. It's gonna happen. It's gonna
I
happen.
don't think so. Do the math. 5 fighters per universe. There are 12
No,
universes.
he said one. He said
One
one
fighter per
contestant.
universe.
I believe. I
I
believe
mean,
that's what
does
he had
does that
said.
include gods or because it can't include gods, or can it?
No, I I don't know. He didn't say any specifics. What I saw from Herm's translation, I believe I saw him tweet one contestant per universe.
Well, I
I
mean,
believe. Don't quote me on that.
again, if it's 5, that'll equate to 60 fighters, and that is a
That would
lot of
take too long.
fighters. That is a
See,
lot.
yeah, in my video, in the preview, no, not in the preview, in the after one, though, where I talk about this, I said if they were to do it, I wouldn't want it one fighter because I believe that'd be too short. Maybe two or
But then
three.
again, like you'll really have to have a strong ass fighter, and even if that's the case,
Yes.
I can definitely see Universe 6 having Hit come about once again, because
Yep,
just
that's what
just
I
just the
said.
way he left, and just the way like we just had
Yep.
things go about, I think that
He's coming
representing
back,
Universe
bro.
6 would be Hit. But what are your thoughts on maybe a fusion representing our universe?
Yep.
Because
And I'm gonna
like
talk about that tomorrow. Yeah.
because again, if you think about it, if there's only one fighter, there's two characters.
It's
Goku and
Coco.
Vegeta are gonna want to like
Gogeta,
fight it out to see who's
Gogeta.
gonna want to
Yep.
fight.
And that can go with the whole deal of seeing these our god, the Kai's unfused.
But
Maybe that's how we saw them.
where do you think this concept is gonna go? Because again, the only reason why I don't believe this is going to happen is because you're gonna have to have a moral purpose to all of this. Like we understand why they fought in this tournament, because Universe 6 and Universe 7, they wanted to fight for the controls of the Dragon Balls, and they wanted to fight for the controls of the respective Earths, right? But for this multiverse thing, what would be the goal? What are they fighting for? If that's the case, if it does boil down
If it's
to
the
Universe,
case,
what was that?
if it's the case, it's just because Zeno says so, bro. He's the damn gods of all 12 universes. He can destroy your universe, and he
So
says he likes the
it's just
tournament.
out of mere entertainment, right?
For him, it would. He said he liked the tournament, and he would want it.
But where the hell was he watching from, right? He was nowhere near that
That's what
place.
I don't understand, dude. He could see from like anywhere, bro.
I'm telling you, those two bodyguards must be Pokemon trainers. They can't. He must have been watching. He must have been watching everything within his Pokeball or something, bro. Like that's. But all jokes aside, where do you see Dragon Ball headed right now? Because to me personally, and again, guys, this is my personal opinion. I don't think that Zarama is ever going to appear again, because I believe at least, he is a once in a lifetime kind of like summoning. And he is a very, very rare specimen. You're not gonna get a summoning like that like ever again, I believe at least.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because it'll require, first of all, it'll require everyone to get the Dragon Balls again. And all the Dragon Balls are completely separate, right? Right?
Yeah.
So now that all the Dragon Balls are separate, you're gonna have to go to Universe 6 and Universe 7 to get them. And on top of that, having the dragon come about, what would be your wish? Like there's not really much, unless of course they ask like where the original Super Saiyan God is, or whether or not they ask for like, like maybe perhaps one of them can ask the dragon like, so what are like the true depths of a Saiyan's power? Like how far can we really go? Maybe then we'll find something out. I don't know. But I don't think Zarama is gonna appear again, only because what we saw in this episode is a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It was magical in appearance, and it was grand, as you put it. So, but going back to Zeno, do you think he'll ever fight? I mean, as far-fetched as that seems, do you think he'll ever come across someone that he'll have to display power against? What do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe that'd be like he'd want to be the very final fighter in that tournament that he wants.
So wait a minute. So you're saying that within his own tournament, he's gonna fight within his own tournament?
Yeah,
that'll be some shit. That'll be like some, but like he would win, don't you think?
Yeah, he would win.
So what would be the point of fighting?
For fun, bro. I mean, these guys like to fight for fun.
I want to see Hit fight him just so I can see how much Hit can improve.
Dude, Hit he doesn't. I don't think he has limits, bro. As far as we saw, he just kept improving. And
but like we're talking about something that's omni in power, that's nearly infinite.
Dude, I didn't mean Hit was gonna be able to compete against him.
Oh, absolutely not.
I would
love to see how far he can go. Don't get me wrong.
I meant like to a fusion of Goku and Vegeta, because Hit was still improving.
Vegeta versus Hit, or Vegito versus Hit. But dude, was it just me? Because when Goku stuck his hand out, I started to get a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean too.
I was like, "Holy shit, something's gonna happen."
Did you see? Did you see his face, Zeno's face? He kind of he wasn't smiling anymore.
No, Zeno was like, really, nigga, really, bro? Yeah, I literally, and then did you see Beerus and Champa's face? They were just like, "That's it, homeboy's gonna get fucking disintegrated."
Yeah.
I literally, like, I thought he was gonna do something to where like he was gonna display a small portion of his power, but then once he shook his hand, I was like, all right, he shook his hand, and then Goku picked him up. Yeah, when Goku picked him up, everybody's jaw dropped. Everybody was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, even the guards were like nervous. I don't know if you saw that. The guards were nervous too. They were just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, guy? Don't do that. I mean, it was great. Now, as you pointed out, this little Teletubby of a character, he's going around. He's the omnipotent, like, overall king of the entire universe. Do you think he'll fight? Yes or no? Like at all throughout this entire series? Do you see Zeno ever stepping foot and just displaying power?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Because Goku's gonna be an idiot and punch him in the face. He's gonna Monaka him, bro. Nah, but I do think.
First of all, if
I think
Goku punches that,
doing-
if Goku even dares to punches that entity, that'll be the end of everything. Because like first, well, I don't even think he'll get close to him enough to even hit him because
his bodyguards.
and
Or
not
maybe
only that, but like, oh, yeah, speaking of that, do you think the bodyguards are stronger than Whis and Vados?
Huh? Maybe.
Because the way they showed up in front of Goku is pretty cool.
Yes, that was. But I don't know. We don't even know how strong. That's crazy because we don't even know how strong our freaking God
Some
servants
Vados
are
yeah.
here. It's crazy, bro. There's too much power going on right now for Super to stop.
And again, like they reminded me of Jinzo from Yu-Gi-Oh. They
Yeah.
fucking reminded me of Jinzo. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, they did. I agree.
But like so like what are your final thoughts on this episode? Because I truly enjoyed it, man. For anybody out there who doesn't like it, I mean, I don't like. Was there anything you didn't like?
No, I loved it all. And what I love most? The wish, bro. That was heartwarming.
It was a very selfless wish, right?
After all of that, all the fighting, all the bickering.
Yeah. He did it for his. And the question is, would he do that for his own brother? Like, would Champa do that for Beerus? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I think Champa's too fat. Champa's too fat to even fucking worry about shit like that because, like, if you think about it, Champa's wish would have been, all right, swap universes, I mean, swap Earths, and that's that, right? But Beerus would, I mean, because if you also think about it, right, like, what would Beerus want? A god like that. What would he want?
There's nothing else, and he promised Bulma there'd be no like evil wishes. Cause remember that in the beginning when he made it seem like he was gonna wish something evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. But like for me at least, I truly enjoyed this episode. Now, in the comments, obviously, as we always do, we're gonna get a few people who are gonna bitch and complain and say, well, Toriyama's lazy. Toriyama can't write stories. Toriyama's just, rehashing stuff. Toriyama doesn't know what he's doing. Toriyama's just telling the weak points of Dragon Ball. Like, we want to see fights and more fights. We're gonna get a lot of fights. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna get massive amounts of fights. But right now, I mean, do you really expect to go from one tournament to something else right off the bat without there being any storytelling? So, but any final words before we go here, Mr. JR?
Great episode. I cannot wait for next week's hilarious episode to come.
Fucking Monaka, bro. Once again, guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys don't miss a single Dragon Ball video. If you guys enjoyed it, if you guys cannot wait for more Dragon Ball Super, smash that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Help share the video, guys, to help support the channel. Check out JRZ Saiyan in the description below, everybody. Subscribe to him as well. Thank you all for watching. Tune in for the next update, and we'll be seeing you all later, guys. Take it easy. Peace.